welcome! I am your host for today. My name is Ezra, and every day, because God, this is a personal channel. So, welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. If you are new here, there are like 20 parts that you need to go watch before this. This will always be here for you. So, really, no need to watch this first. So, it's been a while since I've played Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, actually. Since apparently January. It's June. Happy Pride Month. February 23rd at 9:34 a.m. I have also forgotten all the voices. It's very common. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. Okay. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there's still a lot of gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me. No matter what the outcome, I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? A defense attorney should never believe their client. Huh. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Sky, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there is one decisive difference between you and her, and that is you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. My first trial without a Fae helping me. No one's going to bail me out this time. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. Let's go! Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. Aren't you like 16? February 23rd, 10 a.m. District Court Courtroom number 9. Woo! Edgeworth. Maybe. We'll see. Court is now in session. Wait, hold on. Need an actual voice. Court. Sure. Court is now in. Court. Jesus fucking Christ. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss. Lena Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Edgeworth! The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Edgeworth. He was the last defendant. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial. Really? A bit rusty? I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. There's the original voice. Your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lena Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. I'm sorry, what do you mean by that? Do you mean death penalty? A professional witness. Well then, Call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecutor. Oh, Angel. Yes, the prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand. The cough-up queen? Oh, there she is. Haven't I seen you somewhere? You ordered the caviar lunch, right? Ho ho! Caviar! I've never eaten caviar before! The judge is really wolfing it down. Ah, and for you, I have a Fiesta Bowl. Aren't you here for a fucking trial? Thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession? Ah, and you, sir. Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? Your name and profession! This is a murder trial! So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty, it hurts! It's fucking gross is what it is. Yes, I've had caviar before. Yes, I don't like it. Yes, I do not like fish. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. That's so specific, it's gross. Why the heck does pickled tapioca? What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? I don't want to find out. Name, profession, now. Thank you. Me? The name is Angel Starr, darling. Sorry, getting into it. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. Judge, what the fuck? Fine! Hurry it up. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. Huh? What exactly does that mean? I'm dropping voices left and right. Until 2 years ago, Mrs. Angel Starr was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. What? Miss Starr was a detective? Huh! I know who you are. Cough up? Cough up Queen Angel Starr, Your Honor. Long time no see. Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Starr. Just who is this lady? If I might have the court's attention over here. I don't know what this voice is, but it's funny. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. Block A is for the prosecutor's office personnel. Block B is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep the visitors from taking up prosecutor spaces, yes? The crime took place by a car in the back of Block A in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Okay. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot. And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. I love this voice. I love this voice so much. Parking lot floor plans added to the court record. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. Seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright? I swear to God. Sorry the voices are fluctuating so much. It's been a while and I'm very tired. I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? Holy fuck, you're aggressive. If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Star. Wait, are they talking about me? I'm scared. Witness account. How do you play this game again? Sorry, I had to grab something. It's called my tea because I'm realizing, oh, my voice is about to fall apart. Pray for me. Don't actually. Witness account. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. Okay, that's a weird way to start that. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. Ugh. When I sensed something, perhaps it was my finely honed detective intuition at work. At will? Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garage car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching. Okay. Sorry, I'm so tired. As you can see, there is no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife, which you saw being stabbed in Detective Goodman. Wow, I think we might just be screwed. So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a fortune, Mr. Wright. Is it? Very well. Wrong voice. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Yes, please, let me. Okay. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic just a moment. Abhorrence, a feeling of strong repugnance or disgust. Well, now we know. I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime. Yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. Edward stood there for a good 20 seconds, like, contemplating his next words. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Damn, edgy. Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim, killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Wow, you hate prosecutors, huh? Sure. Miss Star, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off? She was fired. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. Very well, you may continue, Miss Star. Yeah. A was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. Wait, when did this crime take place? Now that I'm thinking about it. Was this talked about between all partners? Is this a cheating scandal, or is this just a polyamorous relationship? Is this a cheating scandal or a polyamorous relationship? Which is it? Tell me. That boyfriend? You have several? Yes. This boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. 3 of them! Okay. Care to join? Rather not, dear. The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants. I'll stick with the lunches. Thanks. Same. Note to self, the judge had to think before replying. The security guard room is a lot in Block A. It's up to the 2nd level, so you can see everything from there. That would be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchbox by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. You wouldn't be able to see someone stab someone from that angle. I don't think. Well, maybe. This is the 1st, 2nd, 3rd. When I send something, perhaps into my finally honed detective intuition network. I don't think I can press that. I don't think there's anything to press there. I think that's just statement. I don't see anything. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. What the fuck does that mean? By garish car, you mean Mr. Edgeworth's car? Yes. Holy shit, dude! Mr. Edgeworth's? Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's, wasn't it? Indeed, it was. Okay. What an odd case this is. Odd case indeed. And the person you saw, are you sure was the defendant? I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. 30 feet? I feel like that's a long fucking distance. I'm certain it was her. If she's telling the truth, we're doomed. Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. Witness! In your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness. That is certainly nitpicking. Okay. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh? Rookie? This is our, like, 5th case? 6th case? We are a rookie when you think about it. Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter. Crispy on the inside, on the outside, chewy on the inside. Don't talk like that. I can't chew currently. Please, I'm already so hungry because I haven't eaten lunch yet. Please note it is 5:30. That was inspiring. I believe I've heard the tagline somewhere else. You could cry plagiarism? I may be regulated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. That's her, all right. A photograph? You took this? That's completely wrong voice, but alright. The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snapped. I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. Maybe you are biased. Edgeworth. My boyfriend works in the photography division of the criminal affairs. Which one? Apparently you have 3. Well, this is most certainly the defendant. Crime photo added to the court. Yeah. Uh-oh. That is unmistakably Lana Skye. So, what was the defendant doing at the time? The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. What knife? There's no knife in her hand. What knife? And you witnessed this? You saw Miss Skye stab the victim with the knife. As I've already said, yes. I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch. I'm sure that is a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is the photograph you took at the very moment of the crime, is it not? Where's the knife? Where is it? Then why is Miss Skye not holding a knife? Like, where's the knife? Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. Yet it was still stronger than your ever-feeble mind, Mr. Wright. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. Bitch! And how can you tell that? I mean, it's blood. Blood splatter. That's what I'm saying. It's the answer is blood splatter, unfortunately. Huh? See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? But it's a black and white photograph. I was about to say it's black and white photograph. There's no fucking color. Yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Yes, it could be blood, but it could, again, be anything else. Because it's black and white. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem, except you. Mr. Wright, are you just gonna sit there and take this kind of abuse? Yes, I am. You got a better idea? Objection? I guess I have no other choice. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Where? How does that contradict anything? How does them bringing up that blood spatter means that this picture is taken after the stabbing contradict anything she said? Wait a minute. Namely, that she took the picture at the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. That's it? If you run out of lunch, you ordered seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering a jumbo-sized lunch for the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. How can you say it's good advice if you don't understand? This is ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. I didn't have time to stop her. The prosecutor's guy was cold, calculating, like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a predetermined murder. Objection, you can't just make that claim. You can't just make that claim. You can't just make that claim. I'm sorry, you can't just make that claim. Anyway, predetermined, how do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands on the photograph. Well, are those gloves? Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? To not leave fingerprints, to not get blood under your nails, to move a corpse. If it was not Edgeworth. If it was not predetermined, she would not be wearing those gloves. Woo! Those gloves do seem to tell a time of premeditation. Premeditated murder, a serious offense. Witness, add this to your testimony. It is a serious offense. That's first-degree murder. The murder was planned, the rubber gloves prove it. But wait! Wait! Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell lunchboxes for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case? The bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belonging to the prosecutor there? The defendant is the chief prosecutor for the district, right? Mommy, are the prosecutors bad people? Why is there a child here? The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's this, Rookie? In your testimony, you say that Lana Skye planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon. Fair enough. Oh. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're gonna plan a murder, don't forget the weapon. Ladies and gentlemen, don't plan a murder. Ugh. Oh. I don't know what that sound is. Order, order, order. Great, now the tide is turning in our favor. Great show, Mr. Right. My sister's as good as free. Don't say that. Don't say that. Is a death flag if I've ever. Don't say that. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail, but this shoots a hole in the whole predetermined theory. Premeditated theory. Bah. The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Luna Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. Hey, actually... No, that's not true. If we go by the court of law, a prosecutor, well, yes, does need to prove that the murderer in this case is the defendant. They also need to give evidence of what type of murder it was, whether it's first, second, or third degree, because that determines how much time someone has in jail. If it's first degree, usually what happens with first degree is if like death penalty is allowed in that state because I'm American, so I'm thinking this via American rules. Um, you know, first degree determines if it's eligible for death penalty or not. Second degree makes it so that if it's life or just a certain number of years, third degree it's just how many years it will be. Like, it's very important if it's first degree, second degree, or third degree. It's extremely important, if you will. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now? But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing... I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now? No, this helps us. This helps us, maybe. Angel's deduction. What if Sky intended to murder Detective Goodman? Now we're getting biased. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure that the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive the human machine to plunge a knife in again and again. Do we have... You idiot! Boom! You can't say that because that's false. Anyway, also, you excuse me. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So, if I ordered a pizza, does it mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? That's a great question. In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. So, that last statement there, you fucking... Oh my god. I love that. I love that. I was just like, I'm sorry, again and again, didn't you have one stab wound? Uh-huh. Yeah, so, about that? You say she stabbed him again and again. But you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise. I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, mister. Huh? What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this. But take a look. Not Edgeworth being on our side in this case. Oh my god. Stealing your thunder, oh no. I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that the death was due to loss of blood from one stab wound. You're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. What a hunk. He's my hero, really. What about my objection? No one noticed? Well, witness? At this point, it's two defense attorneys against one witness. Somehow it ended up like this. Well, witness? You got the crime scene set, right? Oh. Thanks? I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her... When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify. Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. There is nothing around her neck. What the fuck are you talking about? Miss Star, I demand an explanation. The hell? The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or a muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you've proved it yourself with this photograph. With this picture. Huh? But that can't be. Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Alright, now this is just vindictive. Congratulations, perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good. In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. What is my objection? Chopped liver? But it was there. A scarf. No, not that. But something red. Really? Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What? Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember something accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony. Most important part? Can you read minds, woman? What? The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might be just the moment of truth. Yeah. Apprehending the suspect. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind the partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on spot. Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had confused me in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made an escape, but against the Angel Star, resistance is futile. You're quite determined about this scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, cobra is a kind of snake. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks. Bite as hard as you want. I don't care. Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. Are you okay? I did not read that. I'm so sorry. She knocked my hand aside, kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr. Gross! Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. I'm getting tired. I'm apprehending the suspect. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. That's fine. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. How did you get there? You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect? As I just said. I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. But there's a fence. Maybe I should press her for more details? I'd like to see this on the floor plan just to be safe. The lunchroom car was... She was a visitor, thus she was parked in Black B. So you witnessed the murder from here? That would make it just about 30 feet from the car. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, that's the judge! That would make it just about 30 feet from the car, yes! Is that correct, Mrs. Sadar? Yes, that's right. But there was a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. That's 9 feet. Maybe. I think it was. How much? Amazing, the Coffin Queen, lunch lady, athlete, indeed. Would have taken her a little time to climb over. The fence, so she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast. Yeah, that fence is about 9 feet high too. Yeah. It's like, that's a high-ass fence, so how did Miss Sky not get away? She wanted to be arrested, I guess? Ah, yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say? If I remember exactly, it would have been told to you in my testimony. Cheeky. Anyways, all I heard her say was the word muffler. Just that one word? So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but someone else? Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Bitch! Her phone? She can't mean... No! By phone, do you mean... the cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately? My memory... it's like a salmon, heading upstream, you see. No, the court doesn't see, Miss Starr. No, the court doesn't see! What the fuck are you talking about? The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. Okay. On the wall? That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently it was out of order. And so she used her cell phone. Indeed, the emergency... Indeed, the... Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing. Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying? I don't fucking know anymore. You should, of course, add this to your testimony. The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney. Oh my god, what the fuck? I saw it all how she tried the phone on the wall, but she had to use her cell phone instead. Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? Aha! I was gonna ask the same thing. I only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. No, you will say it multiple times if you need to. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. How did you see any of this? So she pulled out her own cell phone out of her pocket. How did you see any of this? And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence. How did you see any of that? And then I boldly grabbed her arm. The chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this? What is it, Mr. Wright? No. He's got a point. Let him cook. The chief prosecutor made an escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. Hold on. You have to be lying. You have to be. Miss Star, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Star. Sky, fuck. The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. I think that's false. Well, who would have thought you would just say my knights in shining armor, prosecutor? You, who together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, Miss Star, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up. Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't have possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. I believe You see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of the partition. If, indeed, you were in Block B, you couldn't have seen it. What? Yay! Order! Order! What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lies. Ooh, that's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me to question? Tell exactly what lie the witness has told the court. Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about... Oh no. Oh no. Where she saw it, I guess. Miss Sky tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What's significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Star to lie about it. Pointless to lie. I see. But, say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Star witnessed the crime from a different location. A different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I've ever heard one. Why are we throwing back and forth objections? Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where is this witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we've heard until now points to one direction. The place when the person started witness crime was here. 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 Please, 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 please! This is the only place where it could have been. The security guard room? Indeed, the security room is an underground parking lot as well as position, but it's built on the second floor so you could see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have been and seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in Block A. The only place where she could have seen the crime was the back of the partition here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Star? How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today a man has gotten the better of Angel Star. Why did I roll the R? What time is it? We've been recording for about 47 minutes, so we do have to speed this up so that I can actually get this out. What have you done? You used to be a detective. You used to know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty... Is she talking about Miss Scott? Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Star lie? It doesn't make sense. Huh? She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Ho ho! Exactly! This photograph tells all. It's the defendant who stabbed the victim. Wait, this picture is taken from through the fence. Cause these are fence and like the phone isn't here, so it's taken from Block B. That truth still stands. How the fuck? It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury? She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Huh? Me? Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. Miss Star witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from Block B. From B Block. What? That makes a vital... It must make a vital difference, but what? What could change? Distance, right? It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. Bitch? My condolences, Mr. Wright. But when one look at the floor plans, it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see. What she saw is not in the question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed a crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? Well, witness? Yes? You ordered the squid wheels, right? The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J. I can't eat PB&Js. Lunch with fresh buns, boyens. What the fuck are these words? Berry jam to my boyfriend. Don't repeat it. Boysenberry. Yeah, boysenberry. That's a real thing, for sure. For the boyfriend. I don't know if that was sarcasm or not. In editing, I might. Who knows? He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. And before I knew it, I found myself running towards the scene, but the door was locked. I couldn't open it. So that explains the photo? That's why I had to go through the visitors parking lot in Block B. That's quite a detour. It is. It probably took me at least 5 minutes. 5 minutes?! To get to the scene of the crime. 5 minutes? How fast are you running? How slow are you running? This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have a photographic evidence. She didn't move for 5 minutes? She didn't move for 5 minutes? I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention. Judge, what the fuck are you talking about? Would you like another caviar lunch? No, gross, get that out of my face! Absolutely! No! Mr. Wright, you have to do something. What the 5 minutes? Definitely had a chance. Raise an objection, yeah! 5 minutes between the witnessing the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could have made pasta in that amount of time. If you like it al dente, sure you could have. I got lunchboxes that tie pasta into the knots, Rookie. What? A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange. If you were a criminal, what would you do with the 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea! I didn't kill anyone! But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run, but this time was different. Miss Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. It's almost like it was a setup. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. It's almost like it was a setup. Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant in a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth is the next witness ready to go. Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated the witness on the count of her being of her professional history. We did it! We screwed the can shut, Mr. Right? We sure did. That was too close. I'm afraid that the Kothop Queen has been dethroned, and with that, the court is adjourned. Oh, come on! Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? That's the one she tried to fraud off me. I prefer not to take defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. Great, lovely. So glad about that. See, it's moments like this where you can really tell, wow, this is quite the mix of, like, court rules, because this doesn't exactly match either Japan or, America. Anywhere. It's a mix of, there and, like, California here. So. What was that? Is this another one of her tricks? Trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Star. Ah. This is your jumbo lunchbox? Woohoo! A triple-decker! Judge. Out of deference to the witness determination, I'll allow one more test. Judge! Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like those lunchboxes, Lynchland Moto says she won't be disappointed. What is she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time? I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. How? What? There was blood found on the shoe? Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. Witness, what is the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? This is the 3rd time you said some shit like that. Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. That's illegal. And you had blood tests performed? Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. Okay, so she has more than 3 boyfriends. Got it. So glad that we got to this conclusion. That's 6 now, if you're wondering. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know there are 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1, no evidence should be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Wright? Yes. Seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Fuck, she has 6 boyfriends. And at least 4 of them are in the police. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Worth? Mr. Right. Seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. You could at least study some evidence law, really. The prosecution's complaint are notwithstanding. It appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems that you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Let's fucking go. I'm tired. I should mention that these 5 minutes where I wasn't looking at the crime scene. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the only thing I can actually, like... How is this defensive evidence? Like, how is it the fact that there's blood? Like, we know that he died from blood loss, obviously, so there is time for a struggle. However, comma, how does the fact that there is blood, actually prove anything? I can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Gross. Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some, like your client, choose enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe? I do. A problem? This is crucial. There is a problem with the victim. Is there a problem? There is. There's a problem. I'm not imagining things. I did say that there was one crucial problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you? Wow. Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. Yes, please. I'm very curious. What is the contradiction about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with the evidence. What? Huh? I wonder if you've noticed. There's blood on the bottom of this shoe. For some reason, it's not dried. It should be brown. Like, it's been chilling in oxygen and shit, so, like, it should be, like, oxidizing at this point. Sorry, scientist! Anyway, don't mess with me, rookie. Or I'll be the blood on the bottom of my shoe. Or you'll be blood on the bottom of my shoe. God damn. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly contradict about the blood on the bottom of the shoe? Hold on. These are white. Her shoes are red, black. Or colored. Yeah. Anyway, crime photo. The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Or lack thereof. Not the bottom of this victim's shoe. Not the bottom of the victim's shoe. Oh, this the victim's shoes? Victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't that strange? Why aren't there any bloody footprints found at the scene of the crime? Aha! As you can see, there was no traces of such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe. This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Objection! Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort! It's true, we did check the scene. There was no bloody footprints. Order, order, order! Well, witness? What? Huh? Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask, why wasn't there a footprint? Oh! That's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright. Think! Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? Yeah. I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinkled? We were hoodwinkled to the very end, but she slipped. There's a vital hint of truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about finding the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, knocked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Nope. Not doing that again. I thought it was strange that the thing from the normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to a very simple question. Was this oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that. I'm not sure. I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. What the fuck are these metaphors? Witness! Well? Was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? So a bloody footprint would be washed away. Okay. Still don't get it, Mr. Wright? Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason? Aha! You don't mean... Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would have become evidence against her. Ties things up quite nicely, it does. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoes tie her quite clearly to the murder. Then after the deed was done... Then after the deed was done, she knocked over an oil drum to erase telltale signs. A telltale heart. We have been recording for over an hour. We gotta get this done with. Oh, Jesus. That's the prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. Please note that I wink just about every single time I have to read one of Angel's statements. That reminds me, Miss Sky's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she'd cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe. Well, I see no reason to prolong the trial. Mr. Wright, do something, please! What the fuck am I supposed to do? What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime, and she tried to conceal it. I mean, that's what all evidence points to, at least. But... Enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Very well. Hold on. But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water. The court finds the defendant, Miss God damn it, Lana Sky. Don't say it. Don't hold it. Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by wasting the bloody footprints. Well... I thought you had your fill, but here you are, demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. What? Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else. Objection, please. Time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare the coffin queen. Look at this. What the fuck? A photograph? I had it just in case you had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. Hmm? I see no room for error in this evidence. Mr. Wright, wait. Look at the asphalt in the photo. Hey! It's clearly wet! Well, fuck. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. Damn you. Not you. not our new helper here. Not her. She's fine. I guess I couldn't help after all. It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning, and it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Maya. Mia? Yeah, Mia. Right. What or not? Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Am I being haunted by ghosts? Also, if you enjoyed the Undertale noises, it's just, I do own Undertale now, so we could play it on the channel eventually. We have to get this over with, though. We're almost done, I think. Get yourself off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end. Oh. This is the last piece of evidence. Very well. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for good. Wait! Pause! Hold it! Objection! Bam! Your Honor? Wait. What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? I'm sorry, Your Honor. Whatever it is, can it wait? Absolutely not. No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph. The last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence a proper consideration. So, right? Are you saying that there's a problem with the latest piece of evidence? Yeah. I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've gotta go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court That's right. It's up here. Oh my god. The problem in this photograph is here. What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Wait, just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor? You said muffler. However, I see no traces of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph. A muffler is also a part of the car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system. A pipe. I see. And this... What's this suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does it have to do with this case? Nothing! Absolutely nothing! Ridiculous! Utterly ridiculous! Sorry. Objection? Sorry, Miss Star, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much as in your testimony. What? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth is muffler related to the case. The phone? Miss Star. Recall your testimony for the court. Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means that this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Oh. Well, it seems we'll have to, oh, words? Well, it seems we'll have to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any questions unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once. Bring me that cloth. The verdict will have to wait until after we've seen all evidence. Agreed? I suppose so. Whew. That was close. But we made it, at least for now. This court will now adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime, after all. He's still hungry? Okay! So, that's the end of this episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney for today, everybody. I'm gonna go rest my voice for around half an hour and then come back and record the next episode. I hope you have enjoyed this. I will see you all next time. I have been your host, Ezra, and goodbye.